Periscope channel, where today I want to talk about Taahviya Chapman. Now, Taahviya Chapman is the 24-year-old woman and mother who drove her minivan into her child's father, hitting an innocent bystander along the way, and doing all of this while having her child in the car. And what I really want to touch on is the rage that us as women display. And when we do display such rage, we would do things or react violently, but yet turn around and kind of throw, but I'm a woman. Like we try to do those type of things and then think that we can kind of get away with it. And the reason I say we is because I'm not going to lie and say I have not been there with my boyfriend in my 20s. Like, I've gone through his phone. I saw some things I didn't want to see. And how I woke him up by busting a glass over his head. So it's a lot of emotional outbursts that most of us may have done throughout the years. Maybe, hopefully, a lot of you all have done that in your younger years and have gotten that out of your system, so to speak. But my point is that we can be taken there. But here's the thing that I've realized. Regardless of what situation you are put in, somebody can take you there if you let them. And in regards to Taahviya Chapman, she drove her child's father to the Kroger grocery store. He left his phone in her car. She goes through it. Now, we don't know if she immediately just went to the text messages, but she ends up on his text messages. She sees messages between him and her sister. So this is what sets her off, and it ultimately commits a crime of passion against her child's father and killing an innocent person. So just thinking back to a time where you was in a situation and you really reacted as a woman, you really reacted in such a way. What if it would have escalated if you just let it? You didn't get checked on it. You didn't think anything of it. You may have gotten away with acting this way. So therefore, if it does go unchecked, it has a tendency, and that's with anything, has a tendency to escalate. So unfortunately for her, her rage escalated and there was no stopping it. Now, she should have, if she knows that she's a hothead like that, she should have left him at the grocery store, drove off, got her child to safety, because that's really what pissed me off as well. Or that was one of the things that pissed me off about this case. You did this while your child is in the car with you, and you're not even thinking about the ramifications it's going to have on your baby as the baby grows up. So she should have just thought as a mother in that moment first, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get my baby to safety, and then I'm going to talk with him. We're going to have a talk with my baby not around. Because I really do believe if you are going to do any type of dirt, don't involve your child. Don't have your child around. It's really unfair to your child to have them around a situation that your grown ass is going to get down and do some stuff, whether legally or illegally or whatever. You are an adult. That means you do something, you are going to have to face the consequences. But children are not able, in a lot of cases, to take on that type of responsibility. So it's really unfair to kind of even put them in that situation. And although, like I said, this was a baby, or this is a baby, she should have just thought, yeah, I'm mad, I'm pissed at him about these messages, but let me go ahead and just get my baby someplace safe because I'm about to go off on him. Now I'm not saying that that's right, that she should still try to go off on him, but I'm just saying that maybe she should have taken a step back, so she can cool off, and hopefully they can talk and figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this short news clip. It's going to show the video, and just want to warn you that the video is a little disturbing, so I hope you're not numb to this video, because I know there's a lot of things out here that has a tendency to make us numb to violence. But I'm gonna go ahead and just show the video, and I will be right back.
Yeah, Chris, what this woman did is sickening. The words of Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters describing the actions of Taahviya Chapman, who he says attacked the father of her 8-month-old child, the child in the car at the time when she allegedly hit the man and another person. The surveillance video shows the minivan running over 2 people just outside the front door of the Kroger on Kennard Avenue.
Just total disregard for human life.
Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieters says 24-year-old Taahviya Chapman of Avondale dropped off her baby's father, Jawan Lunsford, and apparently went through his cell phone while he was in the store.
And believed that he had been in an inappropriate relationship with her sister.
And as soon as Lunsford came out of the store,
she took this 3-ton vehicle and plowed into him and plowed into Christopher Griffith, a innocent man on a cane walking across a crosswalk.
Dieter says Lunsford suffered a broken leg, and 58-year-old Christopher Griffith later died from his injuries at the hospital. Dieter says Chapman then got out of her damaged minivan and ran to Lunsford, who was on the ground, and started beating him.
Her car was disabled. She exited the vehicle, leaving her 8-month-old baby in the car, and proceeds to go to her boyfriend and start beating him after he's been run over by this car.
Dieter says Chapman is then seen going back to her minivan, and a short time later exits the passenger side with her baby in her arms. The prosecutor says a Good Samaritan caught Chapman and detained her until police officers arrived on the scene. Chapman is facing several charges, including attempted aggravated murder, felonious assault, and endangering children. Dieter says he will push for the harshest penalty against Chapman, which could be up to at least 20 years to life in prison. Reporting live from Spring Grove Village, Mike Shell, Fox 19 Now.
So Taahviya, or Taahviya, she has a bond of $500,000 that the judge raised after finding out the innocent bystander died 4 hours after the incident. And she's gonna have a lot of time to think about what she has done. Like, there's no explanation that you can give. I mean, you can't sit up there and say, oh, I was just so mad at him because he was cheating on me, so I tried to run him down with the minivan and ended up killing somebody. Like, how does that even sound? There's no excuse for what she did. So I don't know if they're gonna try to put some type of mental instability into this case, because you would think only an insane person is capable of doing something like that. But I'm gonna say that at some point, one time or another, we all could be capable of definitely making bad decisions, but getting pushed to the point of no return. However, thankfully, most of us have that in check, or we have people that are not yes men and yes women that will, if they love you, they're just gonna tell you the real. They're not gonna sit up here and just agree with you all the time, because that's actually a disservice to you. If somebody is in your life that can just literally tell you, hey, this is what's up, hey, you were wrong in this instant, hey, maybe you need to look at things this way, maybe you need to check that. Like, you need people in your life that's gonna give it to you raw. You don't need a person who is not going to check you or tell you what's going on. Because if things, like I said, get left unchecked, they can escalate, and then it'll be a disservice not only to you but to somebody else. So let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.